Have you ever dreamed of dropping everything for a day, jumping into a classic car with your best friend, and driving through the countryside on a real-life treasure hunt? That's the magic of Celebrity Antiques Road Trip. It's a show that promises laughter, a little bit of friendly rivalry, and the intoxicating thrill of discovering a hidden gem. But let's be honest, we're also all waiting for that one magic moment, the auction. It's the grand finale where all the hopes, the smart haggling, and the expert guesses are put to the test. It's where a dusty old box can turn into a goldmine, or a prized purchase can, well, completely flop. For actresses and dear friends, Tamzin, Outhwaite, and Julie Graham, their journey on the beloved BBC show was an absolute roller coaster of emotions. In an episode that originally graced our screens in 2023, the pair set off with all the optimism in the world, ready to conquer the antique shops of Sussex. And with a hefty £400 budget in each of their pockets, the dream of turning a massive profit felt tantalizingly close. Guiding them on this quest were two of the show's most cherished experts, the wonderfully warm Natasha Raskin-Sharp and the ever-dapper David Harper. With this dream team assembled, what could possibly go wrong? The sunny start to a perilous path. The day began just as you'd hope. The sun was shining, the vintage car was humming, and the banter between the two close pals was flowing. This is what the show is all about, friends making memories. Their journey took them through the beautiful sights of Worthington, where they even took a moment to soak in some history, uncovering the area's fascinating ties to the one and only Oscar Wilde. With history inspiring them, they dived into the hunt. The mission: find those truly exceptional pieces, the ones that make an auction room sit up and pay attention. Divided into two teams, the competition was on. Julie, paired with David, got off to a confident, if not rocky, start. She decided to go big, making a bold move by spending a massive chunk of her budget, £160, on a single gilt bronze wall light. You can just picture the moment, can't you? The expert eye of David Harper seeing its potential, the history glinting in the bronze. It felt like a sure thing, a statement piece that someone would surely pay top dollar for. To round out her collection, she picked up two smaller, more heartfelt items. A charming canine portrait for £25, who can resist a cute dog? And a compact, practical little stool for £30. She had a strategy: one big hitter and two charming, affordable pieces. Meanwhile, Tamzin and Natasha were playing a slightly different game. Tamzin opted for some classic, historical Delft tiles, snagging them for £60. A smart buy, you'd think. Tiles like that have a timeless appeal. But her big hope, the item she was clearly pinning her dreams on, was a £90 ladder. Now this isn't just any old ladder. You have to imagine the vision: a beautiful, rustic, decorative piece, perfect for a farmhouse kitchen or a chic library. It was a gamble, but at £90 it had the potential to fly. With their cars full and their budgets spent, the teams headed off to the climactic auction in Norfolk. The air was thick with nervous excitement. This was it. The gavel falls and hopes begin to crumble. The auction is a brutal, beautiful beast. It doesn't care about your hopes. It only cares about what the bidders in the room are willing to pay. And on this particular day, the room was proving to be tough. Julie's items were up first. That big, bold £160 wall light. The auctioneer's call echoed, and the gavel finally fell at just £150. A £10 loss. It's not a disaster, but it's a sting. That was her banker, her big hope, and it had fallen at the first hurdle. Okay, deep breath. Next up, her smaller items. Surely the charming £25 dog portrait would pull in a little profit. The bidding was sluggish. Sold. For £18. A £7 deficit. The dream was starting to fade. Her final item, the £30 stool, met a similar fate, commanding only £22. One after another, Julie's items had failed to find their fire, each one landing with a thud. You could feel the mood shift. The pressure was now squarely on Tamzin's shoulders. Could she claw back a win for the celebrities? Her £60 Delft tiles were presented. They were beautiful, classic, and historic. The bidding was lukewarm. They sold for only £42, a painful £18 loss. At this point, all hopes were pinned on one single item, Tamzin's £90 ladder. This was her big gamble, the piece that was meant to capture the imagination of the bidders. This had to be the one. The room went quiet as the auctioneer began. The bidding started, and then it stalled. You could feel the silent panic setting in. The auctioneer called for more silence. Clack, the gavel fell. Sold for a mere £38. Oh, that's sore. A full-on, crushing £52 loss. In that moment, the friendly competition vanished, replaced by pure, shared shock. Her friend Julie let out an audible gasp, a sound of pure empathy. It was then that expert Natasha Raskin-Sharp, seeing the look on Tamzin's face, leaned in and summed up what everyone was feeling with 3 simple, human words. Oh, that's sore. That's what it felt like. It was a sore, bruising, devastating blow. The kind of moment that makes you wince. This wasn't just a small loss, it was a rooting. The auction room had been ruthless. When the dust settled and the final, painful calculations were done, factoring in auction expenses and all those deficits, the financial reality was grim. Neither celebrity had come out ahead. Tamzin, after her brutal day, was left with just £245 from her original £400. Julie fared slightly better, pocketing £320, but it was a loss all the same. It was, by all metrics, a devastating defeat. And yet, as the cameras focused on the two friends, something wonderful happened. The sting of the loss began to fade, and the real reason they were there resurfaced. They burst out laughing. Despite the monetary setbacks, the pair were still beaming, their cheerful spirits completely intact. "We've all won," Julie remarked, her smile genuine. "We're all winners. We had a really lovely time. The actual auction, I thought, was really mind-blowing and I loved it." David Harper chimed in, perfectly capturing the day. "Genuinely, it's been a glorious day. And isn't that the real heart of it all? We tune in for the thrill of the auction, but we stay for the friendship. We stay for the laughter, the shared history, and the joy of spending a day with people you care about." Tamzin and Julie may not have found a financial treasure, but they reminded us that the best finds aren't always the ones that turn a profit. Sometimes the journey itself is the prize. Celebrity Antiques Road Trip airs on PBS.